Hello, good day. Well, for today we're going to have a situation about how can you apply the quadratic formula if you want to factorize a quadratic equation. Well, this is going to be simple. And for this, obviously, we need to know or we need to remember what is the quadratic formula. So we know, for example, the quadratic formula is x equals minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2a. Okay, and after this, the only thing that we need to do is just to try to find the values of the x. Okay, so for example, we check the first exercise. Let's gonna move this. Give me a moment. Okay, so well, we continue with this, and we have, for example, obviously we need to know what is the value about b, what is the value about a, what is the value about c. So we check this this equation. We know that, for example, a is going to be the value that we're going to have in front. Okay, it's going to be the coefficient of the quadratic term. B is going to be the coefficient for the linear term, or the term with exponent 1. And the c is going to be the coefficient, or is going to be the independent value. Okay, so here, according about this equation, we know that, for example, a is equals 1, b is equals 4, and c is equals minus 12. Here is minus 12. So the situation here, the only thing we need to do is apply the substitution here. So we have x equal minus b is 4 plus minus square root of b squared, we already know that is 4, minus 4 times a, we know that is 1, c is minus 12, and we extend this, and divided by 2 times 8, and is 1. Okay, so if we continue with this, we can find the two values. So one thing that I recommend you is always you need to start, or well, I recommend you to start with the quadratic root, okay? Oh, the square root. Square root, sorry, not quadratic root, a square root. So here, for example, we have 4 squared, so it's going to be 16, minus, and here we have 4 times 1 times minus 12, so it's going to be minus times minus, it's going to be positive, so it's going to be 48. Okay, and here, well, 16 plus 48 is going to be 64, and we know like the square root of 64, sorry, here is not the square root of 64 is 8. Okay, why I recommend you start with this, because, well, probably you know, but it's not possible to have a negative expression inside of the square root. Okay, and if we have this, well, we say that it's an imaginary number. So when you check this quadratic root and inside we have a positive value, well, means that we can continue with this. Okay, we can continue solving with this method. So we already know that is 8, okay, the square root. So we have minus 4 plus minus 8 divided by 2. And here we can have two expressions, okay, it's going to be x1 and x2, okay. x1, let's gonna say that we are gonna take the positive value. So it's gonna be minus 4 plus 8 divided by 2. And here it's gonna be minus 4 minus 8 divided by 2. Here, for example, we have minus 4 plus 8 is gonna be 4. And 4 divided by 2 is gonna be 2. Okay? So the first solution is x equals 2. The second one is going to be minus 4 minus 8 is going to be minus 12. Divided by 2 is going to be minus 6. So we have these situations, but remember, here we are not checking the solutions, okay? We need to factorize. So we know, for example, that x equals 2 and x equals 6, minus 6. So the only thing that you need to do is move, okay, both terms, or both values, to the opposite side. So we can say x minus 2 equals 0 and x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, and the way that we can express this as a factorization or as factoring is this is x minus 2 times x plus 6. And that's it, okay? That's the way that you can apply if we factorize the quadratic equation. Let's gonna solve another example, okay? Give me a moment. Okay, here, well, we have another situation. And the situation is that we have a coefficient in front of the quadratic term different to 1. Okay, so here, for example, we have the 2. But in this case, also we can continue applying the quadratic formula. So we say that x equals minus, well, you know what is the quadratic formula right now. So in this case, we know b. Let's gonna put the values here, a, b, and c. A equals 2, b equals 5, c equals 3. Okay, and we apply the quadratic formula with the substitution. So it's gonna be minus 5 plus minus square root, and here is gonna be 5 squared plus, and here we have 4 times 2 times 3 divided by 2 times 2. So here we say it's gonna be x equal, but remember I recommend you start with the just let me organize this. Start with the with this situation inside, okay? With the square root. So 25, 5 squared is 25, and plus 4 times 2 times 3 is gonna be 2 times 3 is gonna be 6, and 6 times 4 is gonna be 24. So here we have 25 plus 24 is gonna be 49, and a square root of 49 is gonna be 7. So we already know that the value of the square root is 7. Here we say minus 5 plus minus 7 divided by 6. Okay, and here we continue with the just to try to find the solution, and here is going to be x equals minus 5 plus 7 divided by 6, and x equals minus 5 minus 7 divided by 6. So it's going to be 2 over 6, so it's going to be 1 over 3, and here is x and divided by 6, so that's going to be minus 2. So here, well, it's going to be 1 over 3, x equals 1 over 3, and here is going to be x equals minus 2. So remember, we need to, well, put this equals 0, so we're going to multiply times 3, okay? Both cases, so that's going to say that we multiply times 3, multiply times 3, we cancel, that's going to be 3x, 3x equals 1, and we have, well, 3x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so we can take this situation here, or this expression. And here, well, it's going to be simple. Only we move the minus 2 to the other side, equals 0. So it's going to be x plus 2 equals 0. So we are going to take this expression, and that's it. Okay, the solution for this one is going to be 3x minus 1 times x plus 2. And that's it. Okay, so well, that's gonna stop here, and we continue in the next time. Bye bye, have a good one.